The dangerous part of collapse is not the loud moment when the lights go out. It is the quiet hour right before, when people still think the systems around them are strong, when the phone still has a little battery, when the tap still gives water, when the store still has a few bags of rice left, and when the road still looks open. That is the trap. Most people wait for proof that trouble is real, but by the time proof is obvious, choice is already gone. A city does not need a movie-style disaster to become hard to live in. It only needs small failures to stack on top of each other. A power outage shuts down pumps. Pumps affect water pressure. Weak water pressure affects hygiene, cooking, and toilets. Then food starts to spoil. Phones die. Payment systems fail. Fuel becomes harder to buy. And information becomes broken, delayed, or false. The real survival lesson is simple. Do not prepare for the dramatic ending. Prepare for the chain reaction. That is why the most important checklist is not a pile of gear spread across a table. It is a system that keeps your body working, your thinking clear, and your home from becoming a trap. The first thing that matters is water, because the human body fails faster from water stress than from hunger. And people often misunderstand what that really means. You do not just need drinking water. You need water for basic cleaning, for flushing waste when possible, for cooling the body in heat, and for staying functional when stress is already high. A smart plan starts with stored water, but it does not end there. Storage runs out, containers leak, and panic makes people use more than they think. So the real question is not, do I have water? The real question is, can I find more, carry more, and protect more? That is where most weak plans fail. People buy a few bottles and feel safe, but they never think about backup treatment. Boiling works, but it needs fuel and time. Filters work, but not all filters stop viruses or chemical pollution. Chemical treatment can help, but dosage, temperature, and contact time matter. In a real emergency, bad water does not always look dirty, and clear water is not always safe. The smartest move is to build layers: stored water, a reliable filter, a way to boil and clean containers for carrying and separating treated water from dirty water. When you do that, you are not just storing water. You are building water security, and that changes how long you can hold your position without panic. Right after water comes power, but not because comfort matters. Power matters because modern life hides basic functions inside electricity. Light is the smallest part of the problem. The bigger problem is communication. Refrigeration for medicine, charging radios and phones, powering small tools, and keeping some awareness after dark when accidents become more likely. The mistake most people make is chasing big power before they secure small power. They imagine whole house backup systems when what they really need first is dependable low-energy survival. A charged flashlight is more useful than a dead generator with no fuel plan. A small battery bank, a radio, headlamps, extra charging cables, and a clear charging routine can protect more life than expensive equipment used badly. The science is simple. Every device pulls energy. Every battery has limits. And every cold or hot environment changes performance. So the right question is not, how do I power everything? It is, what must stay alive first? That is how you build a power checklist that works. Keep light efficient. Keep information running. Keep critical medicine protected if possible. And keep one backup method that does not depend on the grid. Small solar charging, car charging, or stored battery systems are not glamorous, but they buy decision time. And decision time is survival. Food comes next, but survival food is not about fantasy stockpiles or dramatic meals. It is about calories, shelf life, preparation time, water cost, and stress behavior. Under pressure, people do not cook like they do on a normal day. They become tired, distracted, and impatient, which means complicated foods become dead weight. The best emergency food is boring in the best possible way. It lasts, it fills, it stores safely, and it can be eaten with little effort. But there is a deeper problem hidden inside food planning: digestion and morale. If you store foods your body is not used to, or foods that demand too much water, too much fuel, or too much time, your food supply becomes less useful than it looks. Salt balance matters. Simple protein matters. Easy carbs matter. Clean utensils matter. Waste control matters. Even a short disruption becomes dangerous when the kitchen becomes contaminated, when people skip meals and lose focus, or when blood sugar swings make judgment worse. So the forbidden truth about food is that the best checklist is not built around variety first. It is built around function. Can you open it, heat it, protect it, portion it, and trust it when the room is hot, dark, and stressful? If the answer is yes, then that food belongs in the plan. Then comes the part many people avoid because it feels unpleasant. But emergency management never ignores it: waste, hygiene, and medical readiness. When normal systems fail, illness can spread through simple neglect. Dirty hands, bad waste storage, damp clothes, untreated cuts, and poor air inside a closed room can turn a survivable disruption into a medical problem. The body is always fighting tiny threats, and stress makes it weaker at the exact moment you need it strongest. That is why the checklist has to include soap, disinfectant, gloves, trash bags, basic wound care, fever control, any needed prescriptions, and a simple plan for keeping one area of the home clean and one area for waste if plumbing stops working. The science here is not dramatic, but it is powerful. Reduce contamination, reduce infection risk, reduce weakness, keep decision-making alive. Even sleep becomes a survival tool because tired people make loud mistakes, forget steps, misuse fuel, and take unsafe risks. So a real checklist protects health before illness starts. It does not wait for someone to get sick. It assumes the body will be tested by stress, poor sleep, heat, cold, and uncertainty. Then it builds protection early. Security is the next layer. And this is where panic ruins people faster than danger does. Most survival failure begins with bad judgment, not with a direct attack. If the lights are gone, the signals are gone, and the neighborhood is tense, your greatest strength is not aggression. It is calm routine. Lock points checked early. Entry habits decided early. Light discipline at night. Noise kept low. Valuable supplies kept out of sight. One room chosen as the safe room if something feels wrong. Shoes ready. Keys in one place. Bags staged, not imagined. A home becomes safer when movement inside it is planned. If you need to leave, you must know why you are leaving, where you are going, what you are carrying, and what condition makes staying more dangerous than moving. That is the real bug-out rule people miss. Leaving is not automatically smart. Moving without information burns calories, exposes you to weather, crowds, and confusion, and can place you in a worse position than sheltering in place. So, the hidden survival advantage is decision triggers. Decide now what loss of water, heat, medical access, fire risk, or local violence would force movement. Decide now what roads, routes, and destinations make sense. If you wait to invent your plan during chaos, chaos becomes your planner. And this leads to the final truth, the one most people do not want to hear, because it feels too simple to be powerful. The best survival checklist is a checklist you already practiced in small ways before anything breaks. Fill containers before you need them. Test the light before the blackout. Cook one meal from storage before the shelves go empty. Run one night with less power and see what fails. Walk through your home and ask what happens if water stops, if heat stops, if phones stop, if one family member gets sick. if you must leave in 10 minutes, or if you must stay for 7 days. This is not fear. This is engineering applied to life. You test weak points before reality tests them for you. That is the difference between panic and readiness. Collapse does not always arrive as one giant event. Sometimes it comes as a sequence of small losses that punish delay. So do this now, while your hands are steady and your choices are still wide. Build water layers. Build small power. Build simple food. Build hygiene. Build medical readiness. Build calm security. Build a reasoned exit plan. When people ask what survival really is, the answer is not mystery and it is not luck. It is reducing failure before failure reaches you. That is the forbidden checklist. Not glamorous, not loud. But when normal life begins to crack, this is the work that keeps you standing while others are still trying to understand what just happened.